12:31 and well, 12:31 Eastern, depending on what time zone you're in. So we're just going to give it about another minute here. We're already talking about bagged milk, so this webinar is going pretty much exactly as how I thought it would. To get all of the usual housekeeping pieces out of the way, if you have not joined these webinars before, or if you're just joining right now, the answer is yes, this will be recorded. The answer is yes, we will send it out to everybody. Once we have the recording uploaded to our YouTube page, you'll get an email from our marketing department with a copy of this webinar. So if you have somebody on your team who was not able to join it, or if you want to recap the webinar yourself, you'll definitely be able to do that when we send out the recording. It usually takes us a day or two to get that up, so you'll probably see the webinar uploaded and sent out to everybody by the end of the week or the beginning of next week. So you guys will see that shortly. Also, as you can tell, some people jumping on the chat, which is great. There's also a Q&A section that you are welcome to throw questions into during the webinar. If you have questions about anything I'm talking about, throw them in there. I will more than likely send you an email response after the webinar. So I do get a list of all those questions. So you'll get that answer from me a little bit later today, or somebody from the support team. All right, so we're 3 minutes in. If people aren't joining now, they're probably not going to get in here. So let's get going. As you guys could tell from that video that I posted when you guys all logged in, or from the marketing communication that we sent out, we have recently updated Shops with a new feature. And I think the email that came from our marketing team sums it up, which is you guys asked for it and we did it. Probably the most requested feature for Shops was coupons. So lots of people are asking, can I do a discount code? I want a percentage off. I want a dollar value off. I want people to be able to go in and use a coupon code and then check out and pay for the rest. And that was something that we were getting a lot of feedback for, and something that we have put together, which is what I'm going to be showing you guys today. So the first thing I want to tell everybody about is that the coupons are only available on pop-up shops. Okay. It isn't currently in the company or the marketing shop. I'm not sure if there are plans to put it in either of those shops right now, but it is something that is currently only built out for pop-up shops. So I have a couple of pop-up shops that were already on the go, and you'll actually see if you have created pop-up shops already that there's a new section inside of your settings. So if I go to a shop that I just created, which is my employee gift shop, so the settings will look pretty much the exact same. You can see that this is an employee gift shop that I set up for Average Joe's. It's password protected, got the usual stuff in here. None of this is any different, except for at the very bottom now, you'll notice that there is a coupon section with an adorable little coupon icon. So when you go down to this section, you obviously won't have a coupon in there quite yet, but you will be able to add them in by clicking New Coupon. Now you can see I've already set one up here, and I'll just kind of give you guys a little bit of an overview of kind of all of these settings that are available in here. So when you click New Coupon, it will open up a coupon section for you to fill out these details. You can have a maximum of 5 coupons per pop-up shop, okay? We cap you at 5 just because we find that people won't really be using more than that, okay? So that's just per shop, not in total. So I can have 5 different coupons for this shop, 5 different ones for a different shop. That's okay, but we will cap you at 5 per shop. Now, when you go and you click New Coupon, we will automatically and randomly assign it a code, okay? Classic code here, bunch of letters and numbers. You can obviously then override that if you would like with whatever you want. It is case sensitive, so if we do AJ in caps and then coupon, or if I do average is the coupon code, or average 123, that's fine. So you can create a unique coupon code here. You also have the option to make this coupon code if it is a single use per email. And we've put in these handy little tooltips for you to explain what these things mean. So single use per email means that if somebody is checking out and they use this coupon code, that if they try and do another checkout using the same email and using this coupon code later, they will not be able to actually check out. It will deny their checkout because they have already checked out once. They have already checked out once using that email. Okay, so that's kind of a way to make it so somebody cannot use the coupon code over and over and over again if they keep trying to use the same email address. Obviously, if somebody uses their work email and then they try and use their Gmail or their Hotmail and stuff like that, that is not something we can really control. But well, there is a way to control it, which I'll show you in a second. But basically, you can either turn this on or off if you only want people to use the discount once. The type down here is what value you want the discount on. So do you want to give $1 off or a percentage off? Okay, so really simple, dollar value or a percentage. Next to that, you have the ability to fill out what the discount is. So obviously, if you're doing value and you put your discount in at $50, that's great. They'll get $50 off when they use that coupon code at checkout. If you put in percentage and you put in 50 here, then obviously they will be getting 50% off. So just be aware which type you're selecting. There's obviously a large difference between $50 off and 50%. You also have a minimum spend here, and this minimum spend is in case you don't want this coupon to be active until they have spent a certain amount of money at checkout. So you can see there's a little icon that explains it, but if I put my minimum spend in here at $99, that means that they need to spend $100 or more in order to activate this coupon. If they try and check out and their checkout is only $60 and they try and add this coupon, it'll say the coupon is not valid. Okay, so you can put a minimum spend in here that they have to spend a dollar value first before that coupon becomes active, or we'll tell them that the coupon is not valid. Now, a question that I'm sure somebody's already typing into the Q&A is, well, what if you don't put a minimum spend in here, or you put a discount of, let's say, $50, and you don't put a minimum spend, and somebody checks out with $30 in their checkout and they apply a $50 discount. Does that mean I'm going to owe them $20? No. We will calculate that out. So if they have $30 in their cart and they use this, we will just show minus $30 as a discount and bring that down to zero. Okay, so you do not have to use this by any means, but it is a nice way to kind of have that active in case you want to make sure that somebody's spending at least $100 on the shop before you give them a $50 off coupon. The description here is really just a description internally for you guys. This does not show to the client. It does not show on the CSV export. It is an internal only description. Typically, people use this to write what this coupon is for, who it's given to, when to use it, when to not use it. Again, an internal reference for whoever is managing the shop. Then at the very end here, we have an active date, expiry date, and an active-inactive toggle. So the active date is when do you want this coupon to go into play? If I want this coupon to start being used today, I can say it's active today. If I want this coupon to maybe start on Monday, start it on Monday, okay? Or if I want this coupon to expire, tell everyone, hey, you have a week to use this discount, then I can put next Wednesday. If somebody tries to check out next Thursday using this coupon, it'll say the coupon is invalid. These are simply options for you guys when setting up the coupon. If you don't want to have an active date or you don't want to have an expiry date, then what you can do is you can go in and you can just switch this to say active. And if you switch it to say active, then it will be active as of today and we'll just have an endless active date, okay, until you either close off the shop or you have the coupon itself expire. Great. So we've got, setting up the code, single use or not. You have the value and what type of discount, so dollar or percentage off. Minimum spend, again, optional if you want to do that or not. Internal description, when you want this to be active, or again, if you want to just turn off a coupon, you can do that. And then the last thing is valid email domains. I think this is a really interesting feature that we added in here. it's basically a way to only allow people to check out with a certain domain on their email. So for example, with a valid domain, if I only want people who are from commonsku to be able to order from their shop, I can add a domain in here. Again, we're going to explain that using the little the little icon here. So if I type in commonsku.com, this means that whoever's checking out has to have a commonsku.com email. Okay, if they try and check out and they're using Gmail, they're using Hotmail, won't actually allow them to check out. So I had mentioned earlier about this single use case here, where if you use single use and you give them this code and they check out using their company email, this is a way to prevent them from using their Gmail, their Outlook, any other email that they have, because it would really restrict them down to only using their work email. Again, this is an option. If you don't put any valid only domains in here, then any people can check out using any domain. Okay, they can use Gmail, Outlook, they can use their work email, they can use Yahoo, they can use Netscape. You know, whatever they want, they can check out with that. So this is a way to kind of restrict it down a little bit more. We find that this feature will really be used when you are working with like employee shops. People should be checking out with their company emails. This is a way to restrict it down to that. Okay? Again, an option, if nothing is there, they can use any email to actually check out. Okay. So once you have this stuff kind of set up in here, you're pretty much good to go whenever that becomes active. Now, a question that I will inevitably get in here is where does this coupon apply? This coupon applies to the retail price. If you remember, on a pop-up shop, every item has a retail price, which is going to be right here. Okay, so it will apply to the retail price. It does not apply to the total for the client. It applies simply to the retail, to what the end client is seeing. Okay, so it will apply to the subtotal that the end client gets. So if they have $50 worth of items and they have $20 worth of shipping, it will remove the disc. It will take it off of that subtotal, so pre-tax. Okay. Once you kind of get that set up, let's talk a little bit about how this actually works. And what I'm going to do is I'm actually just going to, I have two different discount codes here. I've got average coupon, which is a single use, and then I've got this one. Maybe this one will do a percentage off, and let's do, it's 20% off. Great, and we'll put it into effect as of yesterday. commonsku domain, average 123. So let's see what this looks like to the client. When the client goes into shop, and I password protect my shop. Great, so we've got this nice employee appreciation, telling people to get appreciated. So they can go in, standard layout, you guys know all this stuff already. And the client can go through and I'm like, hey, I really want this backpack. Click into it, great, I want to order it. Go through the regular order process here. I only need one, and we'll click checkout. Now you'll notice the checkout screen looks a little bit different than what it used to look like. We kind of put these things side by side now. So it will, it makes a little bit more sense. Also, the checkout questions are all here with the basic questions. So I'll go ahead and just fill out my information really quick. Let's do, it's 1 Young Street. That you know what? I'll check out as Joe. That's even better. Throw my employee number in there. So now we can go ahead and we can apply our coupon. So we're going to click. They would click apply coupon over on the right, which is in the coloring that you chose for this shop. And I think the code was average 1, 2, 3. So we'll type in average 1, 2, 3 and click apply. It now drops in a 20% discount in there on the subtotal, and you have the total there. Okay. This now says pay by credit card. So the employee, the end user, whoever it is that's ordering, can then pay by credit card. They click pay by credit card. They fill out, all their credit card information. Great. And I have a test system. That's why this works. Don't try this at home, kids. They click pay, and then that goes through. Okay, shows into your checkout section, just like everything else. Up, and there it is. Now, as I mentioned earlier, what if somebody checks out and the value of the order or the value of the discount is greater than the value of the item? So for this one example, we have a value of a $50 discount, minimum spend is 0, and our code is average coupon. So let's see what happens when I do this on a $20 item. So again, I'm just gonna go into here. I'm gonna order this $30 shirt in the old dark smoke, get one of those. I'm gonna fill out this information again. Great. One. And then I'm going to click apply coupon, and I'm going to call it average coupon. Apply. I already used my email, so that's good. Let's use this one. What I'm going to do is just back this up here. And yeah, average coupon, I already used my email, so let's just do kate@consview.com. Apply coupon. So you can see now it just says -30. It's a $50 discount code. So it will then actually drop that out. And then now they don't see that it's a $50 discount or anything. They just see that it's 0. So from here, we can then check out. You can see it also move the button from saying pay by credit card to submit order. It'd be weird if it still said pay by credit card and they had to enter their credit card in for $0. So now it just says submit order. They can hit submit. That creates the order. Now, how does this kind of look on the back end? If we go to your order section, it's the same, right? You're going to select it. You're going to aggregate that down to a project. When you view the checkouts, what happens is the discount shows as a line, kind of like an item. So you can see here it's showing this is the item that was ordered. This is the coupon that was applied. And then we have this item, and we have this coupon that was applied as well. Okay, so it shows as a line item on the export, okay, or on the CSV file if you're viewing those checkouts. Now, if I add these to an existing order, or yeah, if we do, if I click into, let's see what orders I have on the go here. We've got employee gifts 9549. So if we type in, perfect. Let's do that one. We're just going to add that to an existing one that I have on the go. So that's going to aggregate it all down, okay, right? So discounts getting applied to the retail, it's aggregating it all down, and then obviously you're able to invoice your client off of this. I think just while this is aggregating, to speak about this a little bit, I think that this is a really interesting way to use pop-up shops with your clients in order for them to also be getting a profit out of orders, where if you are charging your client one value and then you have a higher retail, and then you're able to offer a discount on that higher retail, it is an opportunity for your clients to also be making money off of these pop-up shops. So whenever this finishes aggregating here, we'll take a look at the actual order, which is 9549. On the order itself, the discount will not show anywhere other than on the checkout screen, okay, or on the checkouts that you're viewing. So similar here, how I selected these checkouts and hit view checkouts, and it shows as a line on that CSV that you can export out, okay? It will only show on there. So if we go and look at the sales order, and you'll see if we go to the sales order here, it's just showing the items that were ordered. There's no discount lines here because the discount lines applied to the retail only. So if we were to put them on here, it would throw the order off. Okay? So this is only showing the items that are ordered. If they want to see a history of all the checkouts, you can obviously export those out here. And if you view these again, the different checkouts here and the discounts that are used will be right here. It shows you coupon, what coupon was used, and the value of the coupon here. So you can provide that to your client. So that's kind of the newest thing that's going on with pop-up shops, being able to create those discount codes and putting them in there. The other feature that we have snuck in here, I had mentioned that there was maybe 2 features. This other one is really minor, but also something that we were asked about a lot, which is people want to actually, people want to be able to print or see a copy of the invoice that was sent to the end user, right? So you have people who are ordering from pop-up shops, they get a copy of the invoice emailed to them when they check out, but there was no way for you guys to see a copy of the invoice that was sent to the end user. So what we have actually done now is all of the references, both inside of the order and on the actual shop, if you look in the checkout section on the shop, you can now click on this reference number and it will show you a copy of the invoice that was sent to the person who checked out. So if you need to print this off because you're doing all the picking and packing yourself and you are shipping all these things out individually, then this is a way for you now to get a list of what that client ordered and include that in the box, or at least see a copy of the invoice that was sent over to the client or the end user. Okay. So that is everything that's going in there. Start playing around with the coupons, check them out. You'll see something in the what's new section. There's an article in there with all about all these different checkouts or all the different coupon types and how to use them. So go in there and start playing around with those. It's something that we're pretty excited about and something that, you know, like I said, we had a lot of people ask about. So once you go check those out, if you have questions, as always, you can go in and you can reach out to the support team by clicking on the support chat in the top right corner. And if you have any questions about what is showing in the reference section, when you click on that, just drop us a line as well. If you threw a question in the chat, or if you threw a question into the Q&A section, then don't worry, I will get back to you here today. So you guys will get those from me soon. Other than that, enjoy the rest of your Wednesday, everybody, and I'm sure